Now I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or do you study?
I'm a student and I'm a senior student in the China's Foreign Affairs University.
And what do you study?
I'm studying a major in the English and International Studies.
And why did you choose your place of study?
Because I think this university is English major is very good for the students to study there, and the graduates from this university, they can find a very good job and also can make a big contribution to this society. So I choose this place.
Do you like your current place of study?
Yeah, I like it very much.
Why?
Because I think what I can get from here is allowed, and the teachers there they have very high level of their professional English speaking, and I can also get some other knowledges from here, such as the politics and international relations, and also sometimes economics, and I can get all of this knowledge from my lessons. So I think this place is very wonderful.
Let's move on to talk about the internet. How often do you use the internet?
I think it's every day.
Why?
Because I can get information in the internet, such as I can chat with my friends, and also because sometimes I want to know, wow, what is the news today, and I can check on the internet. And sometimes when I want to look for somebody, look for some issues, I can also find it in there. So that is very convenient.
When did you last use the internet?
I think half hours ago.
Why?
I'm checking where this place is on the street.
Can you imagine life without the internet now?
Well, that is a very good question, because I thought it's just on the street. An hour ago, my phone just has some problems and I can't connect it to the internet. At that time, I can't do anything because I cannot find the place I want to go, and I cannot connect with my friends and they can help me. And then I just ask somebody and to borrow their phones and to connect with the people I need to know how to get here. So at that time I thought that how can I live without internet? I think that is impossible in the future.
Let's talk about television programs. Do you watch a lot of TV?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the TV has the video is very powerful, that you can get the correct information that is more vivid than on the internet. And because watching TV, you can spending the time with your parents and with your family, and we can talk about the same topic and connect with each other, and that is a very good way to strengthen the bond in the family.
What are the popular television programs in China?
I think the popular program may be some talk shows. Today, there are various types of talk shows, such as Take Me Out. That is a program that make boys and girls to make friends there. And also some news talk shows. There are very famous journalists or experts that talking about how to look at this issue today. And also any other programs that can make a family to clear the air and to ease these misunderstandings with each other. So the talk shows actually is a method that teach people and tell people how to do in today's society.
Have television programs changed a lot since you were younger?
Yeah, it changed very, very much. I think when I was a child, I can only see some some very simple programs, such as some cartoon, and the characters and the content were very, very simple. But today, that is totally different.
Now I'm going to give you a topic, and I'd like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you talk, you have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you can make some notes. Do you understand?
Okay.
And I'd like you to describe a place you would like to visit. Remember, you have 1 minute to prepare, so I'll tell you when the minute is up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Could you start speaking now, please?
Okay. The place I like to visit is the Cambridge University. After my graduation, along with my friends, as a student who admire this prestigious university in a very long time, my mother used to visit there when I was a child. Her description of this great university actually gave me the first definition of what a seat of learning should like be. Then time flies. When I became a teenager, I got access to the poems of the very famous Chinese poet Xu Qimo. The beautiful verses of his masterpiece, Living on Cambridge, gave me a very deep impression and made the campus like a wonderland to me. Since then, I have been longing for visiting this place and seeing every scene depicted in his lines, and such as floating in a seam of light on the Cambridge River, silent wake trailing behind my canoe. Furthermore, the romantic relationship between Xu Qimo and Lin Huiyin, the greatest female architect and poetess of China, and their relationship was happened in the campus of the Cambridge University. And this story leaving a very known, touching love story on everyone's lips. So I hope that one day I can visit there with my boyfriend, wandering around the campus by the sunset, and also reproducing the two true lovers there. So overall, in my mind, the Cambridge University is not only academic, but also historic, romantic, and full of stories. So I really yearn for experiencing it by myself and also feeling the exclusive charm.
Thank you. Your time's up. Do your friends or family also want to visit this place?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to move on to part 3 of the speaking test. We've been talking about a place you would like to visit, and I'd like to discuss with you 1 or 2 more general questions related to this topic. Let's start with the topic of travelling to less familiar places. Do you think it's important to read about a country before you visit it?
I think that is important because you should firstly know about this country. You should know its culture, you should know its customs, and you should know how its people like, and then you can go to there. Because you can, such as you can search on the internet that which place I want to go, what I can see in that country, and then you go there and you can get your point and to check on the places step by step, and that is more efficient and that is much better, I think.
Do you think there are any disadvantages to this approach?
I think the only disadvantages is maybe there will be light surprise for you because you have known that, and then you can see that is a little boring sometimes.
Some people choose to have a guide when they go to an unfamiliar place. Do you think this improves the quality of the experience?
I think finding a guide in a tourist placing, that is now the best way to have a visit there, because the guide, they just lead every tourist in the same course every day, and they just want to show you what they want to show you.
Right.
So that is, you should find out what you want to see by yourself, and you can regard it as an adventure, and you can take it by yourself and your friends, and that is a very good experience without the guidance, I think.
Do you think most people prefer to travel independently or to have a guide?
I think most people prefer to have a guide because sometimes they want to rely on somebody, and sometimes they feel the sense of insecurity, and they want to have a help around him. But personally, I think independent tourism is much more interesting.
Let's talk about tourism in general. Do you think that the government should protect historical places of interest to encourage more tourists?
I think they can undergo these two issues at the same time. On the one hand, they can protect these places, and they can help to protect the environment and help to rebuild these buildings as well. And on the other hand, they can also encourage tourists to go there, because this is the best way to make your culture, make your traditions, make your thinking to travel around the world. So I think these two paths can be undergo at the same time.
In China, are historical places of interest protected?
I think in China, the government has taken a lot of issues, take a lot of measures to protect these places, interesting places, and they also warn the tourists that you cannot do something to do harm to these buildings or these architects, because this is our treasure and you should protect it as well. So I think this is a good way. You can do your obligation, and then you can remind the tourists to do their obligation. So that is a good way.
Okay, thank you. Our time is up. That is the end of the speaking test.
Thank you.
Thank you.